The Total Media Sports Network presents Boyd County Lions Soccer live on Kool TV. Now let's go to the Boyd County Athletic Facility for pregame coverage of Boyd County Soccer live on Kool TV.
And a pleasant good evening from Boyd County Athletic Complex. Welcome into the pregame show here as we get you set for the final regular season matchup of the 25 campaign for the Boyd County Lions as they welcome in the Ironton St. Joe Central Flyers. Hello, everyone. James Carr. Happy to have you along with us here tonight on Kool TV as Ironton St. Joe rolls in with a record of 9-3-1. Boyd County 7-6, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak in which they've had some formidable opponents that have just slipped away from them. Their last win coming back on September 9th here against Ironton. That was a 1-0 win. Since then, they fell to Ashland 2 nights later, 4-2. They lost on the 20th at Minford, 2-1. Last Thursday, 3-2 to Russell, in which they gave up a 2-0 lead at halftime. And then Monday night, the kind of the avenged loss for East Carter. After Boyd beat East Carter here on September 2nd, East Carter got them in Grayson by a final score of 3-2. So the movement forward is we know that Boyd County will play Russell in that 2 versus 3 matchup as Ashland got victories over both of those two teams. The winner of that game will play Ashland in the district championship, and then both of those teams will move on to the 16th region tournament. The loser will go home. And that's crazy to say with what we have between Russell, Ashland, and Boyd County in that district, that one of the three will not make the region round and easily could make a run at a region championship. That's how this district shakes down in the latter part of the 16th region. For Ironton St. Joe, last time out they beat Lawrence County 4-0. That was yesterday on the 1st. They have won 2 straight. Their last loss coming to Valley back on the 22nd. They lost 1-0. They have not played but only the one Kentucky team, that being Lawrence County. Everything else has been in the state of Ohio. So coming across the river, and they'll finish things out with 3 games still to go at Fairland on the 6th, at home against Glenwood, and then they'll close things out with the regular season against Clay down in Portsmouth on the 9th. All right, we'll take our first break. We come back, we'll preview the matchup, take a look at our starting lineups for both teams, and get you ready for first kick. A beautiful evening here in Cannonsburg. Hard to believe it's fall. It feels more like summer, but the season is quickly dwindling away in our final regular season home game of the 25 campaign for the Boyd County Lions. They've got Ironton St. Joe on their sights. We'll break it down when we return after this here on Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Borders Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewis, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkeley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Borders Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Nicotine can alter brain development in teens, affecting memory, learning, and impulse control.
Vape aerosol contains 7,000 harmful chemicals like lead and formaldehyde.
Make the right choice to not vape by avoiding, refusing, or leaving situations where you are pressured to use tobacco or vape products. Together, we can end the trend.
If you need help quitting vaping or smoking, you can call Quit Now Kentucky at 1-800-784-8669 or visit quitnowkentucky.org.
Back here in Cannonsburg as we get you set for the final regular season game of the 25 campaign for the Boyd County Lions, as they've got Ironton St. Joe in their sights. Ironton St. Joe, a very good opponent coming in. This will be a good postseason-like matchup for the Lions here this evening, and they've got some players that can stick it in the back of the net very quickly. It all starts with Carson Lyons, the senior. He's netted 32 of the 78 goals scored by this Flyers team this year. Jack Whaley up front. He'll work as the forward. The juniors punched in 9, and in 3 players with 8 goals on the season. Mason Weber, a junior. Also, Beckham Waginger, a sophomore. And rounding things out of Braden Neal, a freshman. So we'll see how things play out. They've got Waginger. Barrett Waginger, my mistake, is the young man that has the 8 goals. Beckham Waginger is the goalkeeper. Again, those two are right there side by side. I just totally overlooked it with the B. So Barrett Waginger is a freshman, and I'm guessing his older brother is Beckham, and he's a sophomore. He'll be in the goal. He's worked in the goal for 13 contests, 88 shots on goal. He's had 82 saves. He's given up 14 goals on the season. So giving up just about a goal and a half a game, if you will. But they've got pieces across the front, the mid, and a solid goalkeeper on the back line that'll certainly test Boyd County here this evening. Looking at Boyd County, Caleb Clark leads the way up front with 9 goals. Will Blankenship with 6. Ryan Robertson has 3. Then a handful of players with 1 each. Alex Maynard, Connor Davis, Eli Simpkins, and Zeke Withrow. Cole Adams has worked in goal for the majority of the latter half of the season. He kind of split time there with Connor Davis. Davis was in goal early in the year, and then it's been Adams that has been there since about maybe 3-4 games there. But he's given up 15 goals on the season, averaging about a goal and a half a game. But he's a guy that he's a big-bodied kid, was not a soccer player. When he moved into Boyd County, he's a baseball guy. And they kind of looked, I talked with Levi Pennington, and he said, we just looked at him and was like, man, this kid looks like a soccer player. We just got to teach him how to do this. And they put him in goal, and he's worked out really well. He's a good kid. It's one thing I've had the opportunity to do is be around these players our first year covering Boyd County, of just trying to gain that that relationship of seeing the faces. They know me, I know them, and kind of learning what they do and stuff. Cole's a guy that on football games, he's usually on the sideline shooting pictures. When I was out here doing the Fairview football game, and I looked over and I'm on the end zone. Look up, here comes Cole right at me. So, but a lot of good phases here, and the kids, just a fun time to be around. Hard to believe that the season has come and gone. It came so quick. But again, district tournament coming up. That should start next week, and then the week after that will be the soccer regional tournament. Regional tournament this year for soccer will be in Grayson at East Carter. So beautiful facility over there in Grayson that will be playing host to the 16th region tournament. So our captains' meetings here at midfield. As the coin toss goes in the air, and Boyd County's saying they want the other end, so they'll work toward the field house in the second half. That's typically the direction they want to go. The one thing tonight is it was a very warm day today. And the good part is that with the sun drifting down a little bit earlier in the evenings, I should say, the sun is pretty much gone. So we'll have no sun on the field here pretty much this evening, and no wind to speak of whatsoever. So a beautiful evening here in Cannonsburg. All right, let's start first with the starting lineups for the St. Joe Flyers. Number 1, Jack Whaley. Number 3, Mason Weber. Number 6, Blake Medinger. Number 7, Brody West. Number 8, Carson Lyons. Number 13, Beckham Waginger will be in goal. Number 14, Barrett Waginger will be up front. Number 15, Carson Willis. Number 18, Ian Whaley. Number 19, Braden Neal. And number 20, Kemper Correctman. Again, Whaley, Weber, Medinger, West, Lyons, Waginger, and Waginger. Waginger in the net. Willis, Whaley, Neal, and Correctman.
Number 20, Kemper Correctman.
All right, for the Boyd County Lions, Cole Adams will be in net. He'll be wearing the blue jersey there. You see him on your screen. Ryan Robertson will be in the starting rotation. Mason Hamilton. Number 2, Ethan Crum. Number 4, Will Blankenship. Number 5, Eli Simpkins. Number 6, Connor Davis. Number 7, Andrew Bowling. Number 8, Ryan Crink. Number 10, Alex Maynard.
Number 10, Alex Maynard.
Number 21, Caleb Clark. And in goal is Cole Adams. We'll take our final break for the national anthem. We'll play soccer when we return after this here on Kool TV.
At Members Choice Credit Union, we believe that strong communities begin with strong partnerships, and that starts with trust. Since 1932, we've proudly served the families and businesses of this region because your goals matter, your family matters, and your future should be built on a foundation you can count on and trust. Members Choice Credit Union, your money, your future, your choice.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Cannonsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland. Back here in Cannonsburg as we get you set for the final home game of the regular season. Ironton St. Joe and Boyd County. Happy to have everyone along with us. First time with us here on the channel, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up if you see something you like. Hit that bell each time we put out new material. We'll upload it directly to your mobile device. Our crew tonight, Trey Collier is our executive producer. He'll be taking care of all your shots from high atop here that you see on your screen. Down on the field level will be Philip Roark. So Boyd County will work it, as you see it on your screen for the moment, from right to left. St. Joe will possess it first. They'll be in the white jerseys, Boyd County in the black. Carson Lyons wearing that captain's band, standing in the middle of the circle, right in the Boyd County logo, ready to get us underway here. And off we go. St. Joe trying to build up that far side, trying to get it to Lyons at his feet. Boyd County intercepts it at midfield. They'll bring it off near side to Clark. Clark settles, trying to play a through ball, had it up to Blankenship, but couldn't get it to settle down. Now Robertson swipes it away. Clark, a nice through ball out to Simpkins. Boyd County with an opportunity here early on, but it'll get just down inside the 18. And Waginger will come out and put the mitts to it. Good through ball there by the Lions. Quickly playing from the back row as St. Joe trying to build up that left edge, but it's intercepted at midfield. Clark chipping it out toward Blankenship. It's knocked down on the back line. Kemper Krickman, one of the defenders, playing on that outside wing. The team's just trying to settle in for the moment. Nobody really making much noise of yet. Boyd County had the one good through ball. Here's a nice ball near side to Crink. Couple of soccer players that also double over as football players, Crank and Connor Davis. Crank, the kicker for the team, And then Davis works as a defender and also sees some offensive time as well. There's Robertson looking off toward Blankenship, but right in there was Craigman, who steps in and knocks that one away. Blankenship down in that far corner. This is a place that Boyd County likes to work from. It'll go across the end line. Boyd County's going to get a corner kick out of it here early on. It'll be Caleb Clark, leading scorer for this team. 9 goals on the year. Robertson working off that back post. Good high-bounding ball. And going up and plucking it out of the air there was the goalkeeper of Beckham Waginger. He'll toss it out quickly near side. Here's Weber. Trying to pass toward the middle, looking out toward Lyons. He's got 2 guys around him. Alex Maynard chasing him with him. A nice through ball out ahead. We got a man off sides, though. Good idea, but just a little bit too far out ahead, I should say, excuse me, as he was looking for Barrett Waginger. And he's offside, so free kick coming up for the Lions. Right at 3 minutes gone here in the opening period of play. Absolutely picturesque evening. Trees you can look across, starting to show some color, the signs of fall. That's about the only signs of fall that we've had here recently with the way these temperatures have been the last week and a half or so. But I saw some forecasts. One day next week, we're going to drop down to our first frost on the 15th. So it's coming. Just those that just are itching for all that fall-like weather, just hang tight. It's on its way very soon. You're going to start seeing your breath in the air sooner than later. There's a ball that rolls through. Nice takeaway here by Weber. Weber's got an angle. He's got a 1v1 on the goalie. Takes it down inside the 18. Nice job defensively as Boyd County plays back and Alex Maynard stops the run. And it'll be a goal kick coming up. Weber had the angle, but maybe took a little bit too much time trying to find a striking point, and that allowed Maynard to recover and cut him off. So 4 minutes gone here in the first half. Still scoreless. Both teams with some opportunities down inside their opponent's 18. Here's Crank trying to settle that one in midfield. Can't do so, and then he breaks that one out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming up for the visiting Flyers. Brody West, a junior, drops it in. The defense playing up very high for this Flyers team. Boyd County settles at midfield. Blankenship losing his footing. They were trying to play it back out toward him, but he was on the backside of the turf. Lions will settle, bring it near side to Crank. Crank trying to play through, looking toward Blankenship on this near corner, but it was intercepted. Now the Flyers with the ball at midfield. Trying to play a through ball, but Maynard just takes that one away immediately. This is something I think we see from both of these teams. We're going to have 2 teams that are very aggressive and defensively sound, and it's going to be which team can find an opportunity at midfield that will start a run. We've seen very quickly that both of these teams want to try to push through from around midfield. The question is which one will find that seam as the back lines for both of these teams. From what I've seen so far, and I know a lot about Boyd. I've been here for every game they've had this year. But so far, Ironton St. Joe has shown they have a solid back line. .50-50 ball over near the midfield line of the far sideline. Ironton St. Joe will switch fields, bring it to the near. Crank pushing up. Now Andrew Bowling steps inside. Bowling working up this left side, tries to drop out to Crank. Crank overruns it and then found it at Blankenship's feet, but he can't corral it down. Here's a ball off to the far side, trying to get an angle. Ball down inside the box, bring it to the near side, but the near side was just a little bit too wide, and a nice diving save there by Mr. Adams. And we stay scoreless. 6 minutes gone here in the first. They were trying to cross it. It was Jack Whaley looking for Carson Lyons on the back post when he crossed it. But it was a little bit too wide for him to make the hookup. And for the moment, Boyd County keeps Ironton St. Joe off the board. Here's another run. They're looking toward Lyons. Lyons has it down outside the 18. Down inside the 18 now. Puts it on the foot. This one gets turned away, and a nice ball that's deflected away from the goalie, and Andrew Bowling clears it as we take a look at it on the Ice Cards and Collectibles Instant Replay. A great diving save, and then a heads-up play there by Andrew Bowling. Again, when a ball comes off your goalkeeper, you're taught just get rid of it. And that's exactly what he did. They'll turn it to the far side, bring it down toward goal, and a one-hopper off the turf right in the midst of Cole Adams. So St. Joe, after maybe getting on its heels just a little bit to start the contest, has really been the aggressor in the last 4 minutes or so. Booming ball that takes a high hop. Crank trying to win it. And we'll get a foul against Crank as he ran through. So it'll be a free kick coming up for St. Joe. Carson Willis off that back line. Here's Clark trying to roll it through. A good ball out to Simpkins. Simpkins down inside the 18, puts it with the left foot. Had pressure from behind, and he bends it off the end line, and it'll be a goal kick coming up. A great opportunity there for Boyd as Clark played it through and had Simpkins right ahead. So the sophomore of Beckham Waginger low driving kick. Barrett Waginger has it at midfield. He'll drop it off now to Carson Lyons. Lyons navigating up that left side. Heavy pressure there from Ethan Crum. He'll take the drop, and he'll get it to Braden Neal, his first touch of the contest. Ironton St. Joe switch fields, bring it near side. Pressure coming up, trying to get it into the middle, and it's swiped away there by Mason Hamilton. Here's a good ball ahead, turned away off the back row, though. They were trying to play it up to Simpkins on that right edge. They've had Simpkins playing rather high tonight. Here's another ball that Blankenship tries to play off to Simpkins, but he can't settle it down. It'll be a throw in with Jack Whaley on the far side. He'll hand it off to one of his defenders, Mr. Kreckman. Good look there from the field level camera. Clark trying to win that one on the throw in. That's Blankenship overrunning it. Kreckman settles it down. Boyd County takes it away. They'll bring it off to Simpkins, who plays it off his chest, right back to him. Trying to get it toward the middle, out to Clark. Clark finds a move, brings it with a big swing. It's turned away, goes off of his leg. He'll settle it down and reset. Heavy pressure from Mettinger behind. Now Simpkins down in the right corner. Down inside the 18 he goes, trying to turn it across, and sends that one out of bounds. And it should be a corner kick coming up for the Lions, and it will be. So their second corner of the contest as we approach the 10-minute mark here in the first half. And Caleb Clark will trigger in again. Beautiful evening here in Cannonsburg. Not a breath of air, wind blowing whatsoever. Since the sun has gone down from behind us, it has turned into an absolutely breathtaking evening. It's a good ball played up in the air. Hamilton trying to win it from the backside. Crank gets tangled up. Ironton St. Joe trying to play it ahead. Connor Davis settling it down. But out in ahead is Barrett Waginger. Waginger fires it toward Adams, and Adams makes the grab. Crum was trying to get back there to apply some pressure, but that was pretty much a 1v1. So push from behind. It'll be a free kick coming up for the Lions. Alex Maynard, two-sport athlete, soccer and baseball. Those big blue cleats. He's easy to pick out on the pitch. You see those blue cleats. He's the only guy out there that has blue cleats. Makes it easy for him to find him. Big booming ball. Just changing positions with the headers. Lions with a nice move. He's got it center of the 18. Rolls it down to the right side. They bring it back. Bowling is there to turn it away. A heavy-footed strike there from Barrett Waginger. But Andrew Bowling on the back line turns it away again. And it'll be a throw-in coming up or a corner kick. Looks like it'll be a corner. Here's Chris Phillips in, replacing Brody West. He'll go to the back line. And a corner kick coming up for the visiting Flyers. Little chip shot coming near side. Turning it to the back post. Nobody's there, though, except for Boyd County's Mason Crum. Or Ethan Crum, excuse me. Got two names put together. They're Mason and Ethan. And we'll get a corner on this side now. So Mason Weber. St. Joe settles out above the 18, trying to work to that left side. Jack Whaley. 9 goals on the season. Turns it across the face of the 18. Hamilton takes it away. There's a good ball to Medinger, but he loses possession of it. Now back to Boyd County as it rolls near side. Clark trying to get there to it. He's going to be beat to the punch by Chris Phillips. And Phillips with a nice ball up the near side. Weber trying to get the angle. Bowling working to get back inside of him. And we'll get a foul and a free kick coming up just outside the 18. They got Bowling there on the body bump. So Carson Lyons just outside the 18 right side. Swipes it to the left. Had a set piece. They were looking for the header there for Braden Neal. This one will roll all the way to the far side. Jack Whaley trying to turn it across the end line. He's double teamed. It'll roll out of bounds. And a corner kick coming up for the Flyers on the far side. Boyd County volleyball in action tonight. They've got Raceland in town. We'll keep you updated on that game. Scheduled to go around 7 o'clock. Adams comes out, puts the mitts to it, and another save for him. 14 minutes gone. We're scoreless. Both teams have had scoring opportunities in this one so far. Neither's been able to capitalize as Adams booms this one. Second bounce is headed back to the keep. That's where Waginger will put his mitts to it. Sends this one skyward. Didn't get a lot of any distance on it, just more of height than anything. Crank settling, has it at his feet, and then Maynard brings it up the near side. It's a foot race coming near side. That's Blankenship. Blankenship working to the left, has it taken off of his feet, though. Boyd County, a nice set piece, though. Clark trying to roll it across. Simpkins loses his footing. It's turned down in the near corner. Crank with all kinds of time. Turns this one across. Looking back post. Simpkins was there, but it finds its way through. A grand opportunity there for Boyd, but they couldn't make the final piece of the execution hook up. Throw in for the Lions on the far line. Pair of subs coming on first. Zeke Withrow and also Landry Coburn.
Zeke Withrow enters the match for Boyd County.
Crank will take a seat. Coming off is Connor Davis. Coburn will go into the back line. Simpkins out of the right corner. Off the hop. And a grab there by the Flyers keeper. Here's a good ball out ahead. Carson Lyons, but he's offsides. Usually when you get a guy that gets that much off, it's a reason, and that's what happens. And they had him way offsides. They're going to bring him all the way up to the 35-yard line. So Alex Maynard to put it back in play. Driving ball that turned away off the back line. Right at the feet of Mason Hamilton, though. Trying to chip it to the right side, looking for Simpkins. He'll take the ball that Karem's back was looking for Robertson, who was releasing and coming to him, though. Robertson will get it. He'll play it near side, but it's knocked down there by Waginger. Both teams have done a good job clogging up the middle. Chipped ball down to the right side. Simpkins pushed off his mark. He stays with the ball, curls it to the right, and has that one knocked off his foot, and another corner kick coming up for the Lions. Here comes Braden Hale on for Boyd County. In for St. Joe is Eli Whaley.
For the Lions, along with number 4, Eli Whaley for Ironton St. Joe.
Off for the Flyers is Braden Neal. Off for Boyd County is Mason Hamilton. Caleb Clark from the far corner again. It's a high-bounding ball, trying to get the head to it. Loose ball inside the 6, finds its way through. It's cleared. Boyd County trying to settle it from the back line, but the Flyers take it away for the moment. Now Braden Hill will settle it down. Out to Robertson. Robertson tries to turn and fire. It was taken off of his foot. Lions leaking out. They're trying to play a through ball up to him, but it went off the back of his heel and actually backward. Waginger fighting for position. And we get a free kick coming up for the Flyers right in front of their bench. Brody West said it to check in. He'll have to wait as he's not going to get in on this opportunity. Carson Willis, a senior, send this one forward. Big ball down to the 18. And a nice save off the fingertips there of Cole Adams. Take a look at this on your iSense Cards and Collectibles Instant Replay. Timed that one perfectly. Flyers will get a corner out of it. West is on now for St. Joe. Kreckman steps off. So Jack Whaley from the near corner. Paul Karem's all the way back to him. He'll chip it out toward the 6, and right there is Adams again. Trying to play it near side to Waginger, excuse me. Withrow takes that one down. Now to Bowling. Nice move by Andrew. Back to Zeke. Maynard settles on the backside. Weber plays it down, though. Now Lions playing with 2 on. A nice job there by Kober to take it away. That's what they got to do, keep it away from his feet. Nice little piece coming near side to Withrow. A left-footed chip up to Blankenship. Blankenship makes the turn down inside the box. Gets upended by the goalie. And a heck of a save there by the goalkeeper for the Flyers of Beckham Waginger. Weber finds it at his feet. Bowling fighting for position. Off of him, out of bounds, back to the Flyers. Past the halfway point of the first half. And we've got Blankenship down in the backfield as he got banged up there with the keeper. So Crank will come back on for him. As we'll go back underway with the throw-in of Brody West. Here's Hale in the middle. Takes it off to Crank. Crank trying to navigate his way through. Nice ball near side to Withrow. Withrow down inside the 18. A little too heavy on the touch, though. It was touched out. Who got it last? They'll say it was off of his feet, so a throw-in coming up for the Flyers. Give me a goal kick, I should say, for the Flyers coming up. My mistake. Good ball up near midfield, trying to play it ahead. Adams a long ways from home there with his defense trying to play the ball. A big missed opportunity there by the Flyers. Bowling drops it in at Clark. Good ball possessing thus far, trying to switch it off to Crank, who's playing on that right side now with Simpkins in the middle. They roll it down to Simpkins in that right corner, trying to get the angle. Slams on the brakes, but overruns. And the Flyers will take it away. Ethan Crum battling for position. It'll lose it across the end line, and a goal kick coming up for the Flyers. Watching Blankenship down here at the bench area, still trying to stretch out. Looks like I'm working on his ankle of what he was pointing toward. Looked like he got his foot kind of caught underneath Waginger when he went down as he was going on that ball that Waginger came out and made a diving save on. There's Robertson stepping to, coming near side Withrow. Ball over top. Backside Bowling steps through. Bowling down to Simpkins. Simpkins outside the 18. Has Hale there. Now Robertson. Clark wanting his defender of Coburn to come to. Now they're trying to play a through ball up ahead as they had Jack Whaley on a run near side. Bowling was able to deflect it just enough so Adams could get out there and take it away, and the left-footed kicker sends this one to the far side on a hooking shot. Clark will settle. Crank with all kinds of pressure, finds Simpkins. Good ball near side. Now Clark fires the trigger and a one-hopper off the turf into the midst of Waginger. Andrew Bowling steps in and puts the head to it, turns it to the opposite side. Crank was there to knock it down. Hale will settle. Now to Crank. Lost the touch on that one as it got away from him, allowed the Flyers defense to get to it. Jack Whaley, nice piece of moving there with the ball. Trying to play it off to the far side. Boyd County steps to. Lions all alone up at midfield for the moment. Maynard turns it away. Coburn overruns that one. Lions stepping to. Down inside the 18. He's got 3 on. Loses his footing and the ball. We play through. Alex Maynard. Nice ball near side of Withrow. Withrow will settle. Simpkins splits the defense. Trying to roll it across the 20. Here's a chip ball out now to Simpkins. Simpkins settles just outside the 6. Has it taken off of his feet. A great defensive save there on the back line by Carson Willis. And Boyd will pick up a corner out of this.
Joe returns to the match for Ironton St. Joe. Into the match for the Lions. Number 33, Bryson Rousey.
Bryson Rousey will check in for his first action. Boyd County got a slight touch with the head on it, but could not do anything with it. Now Maynard settles on the far side. He'll take the drop. Boyd County will go negative. switching fields near side. They'll take it right back to Rousey on that back line. As Mason Hamilton is out for the moment. They try to turn it near side. It finds the feet of Jack Whaley. Whaley working down inside the 18, rolls it out top, and a nice save there by Cole Adams as Rousey nearly scored an own goal. That may be as a point blank of a shot that you can take as a goalkeeper. There's Clark as the lights come on here at the facility. Crank on that far edge. Plays it down to the right corner. Simpkins trying to find an angle. Back out top, Clark. Moves to the right, fires the trigger and off the goalkeeper, and then trying to finish. In front was Crank, and he got too heavy on the foot.
Into the match for the Lions, number 6.
One of those balls that comes off the turf, and it just bounces up on you as Crank was trying to crash. Just got it a little too high there on the foot and over to off the crossbar. It's out of 13 to play. Connor Davis back in. Alex Maynard takes a seat. Still scoreless. It's been a good one so far. Boyd County has had some grand opportunities, as have the Flyers. Throw in Boyd County right there in front of our camera. It'll be Bryson Rousey. Rousey looking down towards Simpkins. And throw in Flyers. Tomorrow night, Boyd County football in action. They'll be back home with district action against Greenup County. Our pregame coverage will begin at 7 o'clock, 7:30 kickoff right here on Kool TV. Greg Preston will be in with you along with Pete Fraley, bringing you all the action here from home. And in the big matchup next week in the battle for the barrel, Ashland, Boyd County. We'll have all the action right here on Kool TV. It should be a fun week. Trying to play it out near side. Jack Whaley in the 18. Net is empty and a miss off the backside. Take a look at this. I think I hit it too quick. That's my mistake. Very large passenger jet making a turn over top of the stadium. Not used to hearing that type of a jet in this area. So a missed opportunity for the Flyers. And looking off toward the direction that's going with the landing gear down, that is heading right toward Tri-State Airport. Here's the Flyers trying to build from the near. Punches this one through. A good ball out ahead, but they've got him off sides as Jack Whaley throws his hands up thinking that he was there. But they got him off sides. And a free kick coming up for the Lions. Of all the games we've been out here, I don't know that I have heard a jet come over top of the playing surface. It's still over at the treetops. You can see it off of the distance there. And looks like it's making its circle back toward Tri-State Airport. So, again, Huntington Tri-State Airport by the way of the crow is not very far from here. Nice little heel kick there by Andrew Bowling, trying to settle it at midfield, turning it downfield, but loses it out of bounds. Again, final regular season game for Boyd. 3 games still to go for St. Joe. At Fairland on the 6th. Then they've got a final home game against Glenwood on the 8th. And then at Clay on the 9th over in Portsmouth. Not certain who Kep was yelling at. Kep was yelling at someone. He's been yelling since he got here. There was a kid that was going to be the ball boy, and he went in front of the flag, and Kep started yelling at him for going the wrong direction. It's one of the most unique voices around a soccer field. If you hear it, you know exactly who it is. Does a phenomenal job with his officiating. But he can be like a piece of 80 grit sandpaper. All right, subs coming on for both sides. Back in Barrett Waginger for the Flyers. Mason Hamilton and Will Blankenship back on. Caleb Clark comes off, or excuse me, Eli Simpkins coming off, and Ryan Robertson checking out. Also off for St. Joe is Eli Whaley. Just over 8 to go here in the first half. We're scoreless, but it's been a dandy one so far. This has been a great matchup. Kind of what I expected. This is not a game that I would be shocked if we finished in a scoreless tie. Which team can find a way to capitalize on the other's mistake? So far, neither has done so. And there have been plenty in this first half, but neither has been able to take advantage. Here's a nice build from the near side. Bowling brings it with the left foot down to the middle. Carson Willis playing it up the middle. Boyd has done a great job of really suffocating Carson Lyons, not keeping it anywhere near his feet so he can do anything with it. And we'll get a foul against the Flyers, so a free kick coming up for Boyd at the 44-yard line. So Connor Davis will have an opportunity to put a boom on this one. He has the leg, and they're going to push it back to the 46. He can get this one down inside the box. Carson has plenty of leg to do it with. He's wanting guys to move just a little bit. This one that was good from 50. The problem is the wrong goal. Zeke off, back in is Ethan Crum, and Bowling will push up and play as a forward position. I know Connor will watch this again. That was a booming kick. That may be one of the longest kicks I've seen him have all year long. Just a little bit too much on it. Here's Bowling. Sends this one to the keeper on a nice swing of the leg. Clark steps 2. Slips free. Crank out of that right corner. Here's Crank. Hamilton coming across the top. Resets, pulls the trigger. Ball loses its momentum. Crank was trying to crash down the middle and lost his footing as he got there. Boyd intercepts it on the outlet. Hale with pressure from behind, working with Waginger. Battle for position. The Flyers take it away. And Barrett Waginger brings it near side. Whaley with heavy pressure from Crum from behind. Boyd County takes it away. Now Bowling. He'll roll it ahead. They're trying to bring it back to him. Bowling settles. Switches fields out to Crank. Crank booms this one through and way too stiff. Here's Craigman back in for Ironton St. Joe. We go inside of 5 minutes to play here in the half. Chris Phillips stepping off for the Flyers. We'll just touch this one off to their center back. Blankenship trying to play up and take it away quickly, but the Flyers maintain possession. It's been a while since they've really tried to build something, as Boyd County has done a good job of keeping it away from them, and it's kind of been Boyd County on the offense for about the last 12 minutes or so. There's a big throw down inside the box. Adams comes off his line and gets to it just in time. Second ball settled down. Andrew Bowling steps through and takes it away, though. Bowling working with it. Tries to jump over top the slide tackle of Willis. Has to come back and settle it down. He'll take it off to his captain of Clark. He'll give it back to him. They'll roll it across the top to Hamilton. Coburn plays it down. Lions trying to settle it at midfield. He'll turn but has two on, and Hale takes it away. Nice job there by Braden Hale. Now back to Bowling, trying to build up in front of his bench. Nice move to the left. Trying to play it down inside the box. Got too heavy on the touch, though. There's Clark. Working with pressure from behind. Back to the near side to Bowling. Bowling down inside the box, trying to play it down to Blankenship, but a little bit too heavy on the touch. Great idea, just could not execute fully. Inside of 3 to go in the half. Waginger booms this one out to midfield. Lions settles things down. Trying to start a run from the mid. Davis pushes his man off his part. They get it down the Lions. Whaley makes a nice turn to the right outside the 18. He'll chip this one across to the back post. And this one's across the end line and a goal kick coming up for Boyd County. Here's Eli Simpkins back on as Andrew Bowling will get a break for the final 2. Stay tuned with us at the half. We'll check scoring and stats of this one. See if we can check in and see if volleyball has got going. As Boyd County's entertaining Raceland tonight. We may try to do a live look in up there. Of course, what's going to be a very entertaining second half of soccer, I can already tell you. This one has been a good one so far. And some people, when they look at the game of soccer, like, how can you play for 80 minutes and have no score and say that's a good match? This has been a very well-played match so far. Both teams have possessed. Both teams have had pieces that they've set. Both have worked out of corner kicks. Both have had mistakes. The other team has just not been able to capitalize. And in games like this, that's what it takes. It takes somebody capitalizing off of somebody else's mistake. And that could be just enough to determine the outcome of this match. And a goal kick coming up for the Flyers. We have the final 60 seconds of the first half. First, Rex Weber will check back in. Final 30 seconds.
30 seconds still have.
Trying to play it through. Davis will run this one down and turn it off to the far side. And Davis booms it back across midfield. Simpkins trying to get to it. This one's going to bend out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Boyd. Final 10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Clark chips one toward the goal, but we are at the half. And we are scoreless here at halftime. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll get you ready for the second half of action as we continue our coverage here on Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family, because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations, or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Luce, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter the species of fish you are targeting, Borders has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders has baits in every size and style, with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Soon, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
Nicotine can alter brain development in teens, affecting memory, learning, and impulse control.
Vape aerosol contains 7,000 harmful chemicals like lead and formaldehyde.
Make the right choice to not vape by avoiding, refusing, or leaving situations where you are pressured to use tobacco or vape products. Together, we can end the trend.
If you need help quitting vaping or smoking, you can call Quit Now Kentucky at 1-800-784-8669 or visit quitnowkentucky.org.
At Members Choice Credit Union, we believe that strong communities begin with strong partnerships, and that starts with trust. Since 1932, we've proudly served the families and businesses of this region because your goals matter, your family matters, and your future should be built on a foundation you can count on and trust. Members Choice Credit Union, your money, your future, your choice.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
I'm April Perry, the CEO of Kentucky Farmers Bank. On average, our employees have been with Kentucky Farmers Bank for over 10 years, and that is important to you and us. We want you to know who you are dealing with. Whether you are financing a new home, buying a car, or remodeling your kitchen, Kentucky Farmers Bank is the better bank for all your needs.
Kentucky Farmers Bank, the better bank for all your financial needs since 1931. Located in Ashland, Summit, and Cannonsburg. KentuckyFarmersBank.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Looking for the latest archery gear? Check out Border Sporting Goods for your best selection of Hoyt and Matthews bows, as well as 10-point crossbows with a full selection of accessories for all your hunting needs. Borders also offers a full selection of shotguns and rifles with plenty of ammunition and reload supplies, along with a full selection of benchmark and case knives. Borders is your headquarters for the largest selection of Liberty gun safes in the area, no matter how big or small you need to keep your firearms safe. Before your next hunting excursion, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland. That you've got them. Back here in Cannonsburg, halftime scoreless between Ironton St. Joe and Boyd County. Let's step over to volleyball action. Boyd County and Raceland just getting things underway, and set number 1 up here behind us. Boyd County won the earlier matchup this year over at Raceland, winning that game 3-0. Out to a 15-12 lead here in set number 1. Region volleyball this year is at Raceland. And Raceland's going to burn a timeout. Raceland took a tough loss Tuesday night down at Greenup, falling to the Musketeers. They will play Greenup in the 63rd District Tournament in the opening round. Russell will play Lewis County. And in the district tournament for the 64th will be here at Boyd County. Ashland will play Rose Hill. Boyd County will play Fairview. And then the two teams will play in the championship. We'll have the championship game for you right here on Kool TV. If it's your first time with us here on the channel, hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you see something you like. Hit that bell. Each time we put out new material, we'll upload it directly to your mobile device. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and X. Again, each Monday we put out our top 10 plays of the week. Any games that we have streamed or been there to gather highlights from goes into the consideration and a possibility of a top 10 nominee. Another point for the Lions. They're out rolling here in set one with a 5-point edge. So about 4 minutes to go here in halftime. As the reason we're keeping you up to date with what's going on with volleyball behind us. Again, not a lot statistically to talk about in this one, simply because of it's a scoreless affair. Both teams have had opportunities in goal. Neither have been able to capitalize. And that's the pretty much the entirety of the first 40 minutes of soccer here is just neither team capitalizing on the other team's mistake. Boyd County rolling here in set number one after opening up a sizable lead, and an attack bends that one out of bounds. So point Raceland as they'll side out and trail it by 6. In district soccer gets underway next week. Soccer will play up at Ashland. And then region soccer will play the third week of the month, and that will be in Grayson at East Carter. So again, the way it works out with the brackets is you'll have 4 teams that'll play in basically your first round, and there'll be 2 of the winners that will draw into the semifinals. Then once you get your 2 winners out of your first 2 games, out of the first 4 teams, they'll play into the semifinals, and you play semifinals and championship that way. Again, that's what you have to play with the number of teams that are represented through the 16th region. Again, with several schools in the 16th region not having soccer programs. Hence the reason why there are 3 districts in the 16th region in soccer, and why the 63rd district, which is typically Raceland, Russell, Lewis County, and Lewis County, Raceland, Russell, and Greenup. The 63rd in soccer is Ashland, Boyd, and Russell. Yeah, good luck there. And like I've mentioned several times, in both of these sides, girls and boys, you're going to have a team that is going to go home in the first round that can make a run at a region championship. So Boyd County handling things in set number 1, out to an 8-point edge, trying to close things out in the opening frame. Playing up here in the gymnasium behind us. So we'll keep you up to date on that as the evening transgresses, and we bring you back here as we get you set for the second half of play on a beautiful evening here in Cannonsburg. Hot afternoon today. We saw the temperatures get up into the 80s, as it has over the last several days. And it's going to stay that way for about the next week. And then next week, it is going to have the temperatures fall out of the bottom. And when it does, we're going to look at our first opportunity at frost about middle of this month, around the 15th, when temperatures are going to be highs in the mid-60s and a low of 30 to 32. Now, I do not mind cold weather. Honestly, I would prefer cold weather over hot weather any day of the week. But I am a snow connoisseur. I love snow. I hate winter when it's just cold and rainy. There's nothing you can do with cold, rain, and winter. Those just don't go together well. But I certainly do enjoy wintertime. I would be perfectly okay if we could ever work it out to where we have about 6 to 8 inches on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and the rest of the year it would be 75 to 80 degrees every single day. Perfectly okay with that. Just enough snow to enjoy Christmas. There's no better time to have snow than at Christmas time. All right, we'll flip ends. Boyd County will direct it now toward the field house, working from right to left on your screen as you see it currently. Boyd County will have the ball to start the second half of action. Again, Beckham Waginger and Cole Adams, the respective goalies for their two teams in net, and they've both made some nice saves. All right, so Will Blankenship, midfield. Still nursing that ankle a little bit that got stuck under the goalie when he went for a run earlier in the first half. Waiting for one guy to tie up his cleats on the back row here for St. Joe, and we're ready to go. All right, here we go. Second half underway. Big ball turned down right toward the keeper, and Waginger will put the mitts to it. Boyd just trying to send one to see if they could get anything out of it. Davis wins the 50-50 ball at midfield, trying to turn it downfield. Simpkins from the near side. Wanting to roll it out toward Blankenship. They can't make the hookup, and quickly it'll be a throw-in opportunity for Boyd County. Here's Clark coming across from the middle to the near. Trying to punch it across toward Blankenship. They can't make the hookup. Off the turf. Barrett Waginger fighting for position against Crum. This one's touched out of bounds. A throw-in for the Lions coming up. Our ball boy I think he thought he had a corner kick. He was throwing it toward the corner and threw it right past Eli Simpkins, excuse me. Here's a good ball for the Flyers. They've got numbers out in front. Jack Whaley's going to have to chase this one down in that far side corner. Trying to turn it around. He does so. Andrew Bowling closing out. He'll chip it down, looking toward his forward of Carson Lyons. Now Barrett Waginger with the left foot. This will trickle across the end line, and a goal kick coming up for the Lions. Davis sends this one off quickly. No, excuse me, that was Maynard. Easy to tell with those blue cleats. I love the blue. A little bit of that North Carolina feel to them, that powder blue. There's Robertson. Rolling toward the middle. Nobody home there. Only person there was Braden Neal for the Flyers. They'll take a drop, bring it to the back line. And then a missed touch there as it goes out of bounds off the foot of Ian Whaley. Crum plays it in. Simpkins, nice touch. Down in the corner, Simpkins off to Blankenship. Blankenship outside the 18. Turns it to the back post, but nobody there as he bends it over the fence and out of bounds. That one's probably down on US 60. The hillside goes downward from that angle, and if it gets out toward the ditch or the road, that ball has no chance of staying anywhere near the complex. So a goal kick coming up for the Flyers as we welcome in dusk here in this second day of October. Here comes the Canadian Geese of the Flying V over top the ballpark. There it is. You can hear them coming, those honkers. They've got a very offset V. There's about 40 on one side and about 5 on the other. They need to even it up. Before we talk about that, though, here's a nice run out, but a man offside as they were trying to play it out ahead. And Caleb Clark gets called for the offsides. 4 minutes gone here in the second half. St. Joe being patient with the ball. Boyd County trying to step through and force the issue. Bowling settles. He works with the ball so well at his feet. Trying to play this one through. It's knocked down, though. It was a nice job there on the back line by Carson Willis. Crum gets tangled up as he and Braden Neal get upended. And it'll be a Boyd County, should be a free kick. Yeah, it'll be a free kick. I was going to say, it should be a foul there that was called, and it will be a free kick. And Crum a little gimpy as he came back up after he got hung up underneath him. So here's Connor Davis. See if he can give this one a ride. This would be about the distance he needed from the one that he boomed over top the crossbar back in the first half. This one a little bit off the side of his foot. It finds its way to Crank, who turned it down with his head. Now Crank turns and fires it toward the net, but it's too stiff and wide off to the right. Good ball turned back toward the middle. Davis is there to take it away, though, before they could get it to Carson Lyons. And Lyons coming in, scoring 32 goals on the season. We get a player, takes a face plant. That was Davis running through, and it's going to be a free kick for Boyd County on that far line right there. We'll go right over his shoulder here as we take you inside the action with Connor Davis on a free kick that he'll be able to turn toward goal. Low driving kick, though, did not get the height off of it he wanted. Crank battling for position, knifing his way through. Here's Hamilton. Left side of the 18, comes back out top to Clark. Clark with 2 on. Loses his footing. This one's turned away. And it'll be a Boyd County throw-in. Clark thought he had gotten fouled, was looking for the whistle, none given. Nice job there on the back line by the Flyers to turn it away. Crum overruns this one. He'll drop it off to Mater. Now Robertson will start to push ahead. Simpkins steps through. Heavy pressure from behind by Kreckman. And we've got a yellow card against Caleb Clark. So Hale will check in for him, as he does have to come off the pitch whenever the yellow card is issued. The clock stopped with 32:58 to play. Still scoreless. And back underway we go. And again, we do a drop in that situation. Simpkins trying to win the punch to the near side. Crum battling for position, working against Kreckman. Crank working it into the middle. Swipes it near side to Eli Simpkins. Simpkins bending to the 18. Plays it down inside the box. A little too heavy on the touch, though. Now Hale is there. Blankenship turns it to the far line. On the back post is Hamilton. Here's Robertson. Drives one in a diving save. And the ball is punched in on the second effort by Boyd County's Ryan Crank. And the Lions take a 1-0 lead. Take a look at this. With the finish. So Ryan Crank picks up the goal on the crash.
The last goal was scored by number 8, Ryan Crank for the Lions.
So Crank netting his first goal this season. So in the 48th minute, Boyd takes a 1-0 lead. An inadvertent handball against Boyd County, so a free kick coming up for the Flyers. And this Flyers team only with 3 losses on the season. They lost to South Webster in their opening game, then lost to Lynchburg Clay out of Ohio. They were 0-2 to start the season. And then they rolled off 4 consecutive wins, a tie, and then 3 more wins before losing on the 22nd to Valley, 1-0. And that's their 3 losses they've had this season. Currently on a 2-game winning streak. Boyd County trying to snap a 4-game losing streak that they came into this contest with and go into postseason play on a positive winning note. Here's a good ball out to Blankenship as he turns it out to the 18, but Waganger, will come out and turn that one away. Back to Crank. There's Robertson. Ball toward the near post. And a nice save there by the keeper of Waganger. One out of the air by Barrett Waganger. But he can't turn it downfield. It's swiped out into the Boyd County bench by Alex Maynard. Throw in for the visiting Flyers. First into the ball game is Chris Phillips.
Phillips into the match for Ironton.
Brody West will step off. Again, of the 4 games that Boyd County has fallen in, it's not like that they've been blown out by any means. They've all been very closely contested matches. They lost 4-2 to Ashland. That started the 4-game skid. Then a 2-1 loss to Minford. A 3-2 loss to Russell in which they led 2-0 at halftime. And then losing 3-2 against East Carter. And we're going to get a yellow card now against Ryan Crank. So Zeke Withrow will check in. So second yellow card of the match for Boyd County. Again, actually before we get Withrow, we'll get Landry Coburn. So the way soccer works is you get a yellow card, you must come off the pitch, but you can return to action. A second yellow card turns into a red card. It's called a soft red, and it does result in a disqualification from the match and potential matches. Then there is a straight, we call a hard red, and that is if you are sent off. And if you are sent off by either 2 yellows or a single red, then at that point your team plays a man down. And that's what happened against Russell when Boyd County had Alex Maynard that was sent off due to 2 yellow cards. And the final about 24 minutes of the match, they had to play a man down. And it's in the game of soccer, if you have a player sent off, you don't get to bring a sub in. So it's 10v11. So that really changed the way that they had to play, and Russell was able to capitalize on it. It was a very wet night. We had torrential rains at times in that match. And Boyd County just was on its game in that first half, and then in the second half just could not find a way to slow down the Russell run. Here's Hale with heavy pressure from behind. Robertson will bring it near side, and they'll get too much push there from Hale, so a free kick for the visiting Flyers. So Carson Lyons has not had an opportunity much tonight to do anything with it, and he thought he was going to take the kick, and now they're going to bring up their center back of Carson Willis. Here's Lyons. Plays it off his chest, but Maynard's right there to take it away from him. Lyons battles for position, but Maynard wins the battle. Tried to turn it back across the middle, but it was the official there, not one of his own teammates. And we'll get a foul against Ironton St. Joe. That was against Mason Weber as Connor Davis lost his footing. He'll send this one ahead up that far side edge. Andrew Bowling trying to play it down to the 18. Into the corner, and they'll say Bowling got it last, so a goal kick coming up for the Flyers. Nightfall here in Cannonsburg with about a three-quarter moon hanging over top of our goal to the right. The goal that Boyd County is playing toward, and a 1-0 lead, I should say. Here's Hale. Touches it back off to Robertson. Robertson with a left-footed swing and sends that one well wide of the goal post. And a goal kick coming up for St. Joe. Again, Boyd County will play Russell in the opening round of the 63rd District Tournament. Winner will play Ashland in the championship. Ashland winning both matches between Russell and Boyd County in the regular season. So that gives them the right for the 1 seed and an automatic bid into the regional tournament. Only 3 districts in the 16th region in soccer. 61st, 2nd, and 3rd. 61st is your prototypical 61st district teams. Rowan, Menifee, Fleming, and Bath County. And then the 62nd is a mixture of your typical 62nd and 63rd. You've got East and West Carter, Morgan County, and then Greenup County as Elliott County and does not field a soccer team. And then in the 63rd, Raceland does not field a soccer team, nor does Lewis. Here's Bowling working up that left edge. Plays it down to the corner. Blankenship. Hamilton tried to fire, but it was turned away. Missed touch on a ball. Robertson trying to win it out of the air. Turned it the wrong way. Jack Whaley will start the run. Plays a through ball out ahead. In the run is Carson Lyons. Lyons trying to get the angle. Slams on the brakes. Brings it with the left foot. It's turned away nicely there by Maynard. Again, defended nicely on the backside as Jack Whaley found the ball pirouetting across the top of the 6. Crum takes it out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for the Flyers as we approach the 24-minute mark left to play in regulation. Boyd County in front 1-0 on the 48th minute goal from Ryan Crank. High bounding ball, and that's a push off from behind. That was on Mason Weber. Major League Baseball today. Tigers winning the series over the Guardians 6-3, so the Tigers move on. Nice ball at the top of the 6, and it goes to the wide right on the fire there from Carson Lyons. Perfect ball from Waginger.
Also in the match for Boyd County, number 21.
Just too far to the right. Cubs lead the Padres 3-0, bottom of the 8th inning. And then later tonight, Red Sox Yankees up at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Winner of that game will play Toronto. Tigers will head to Seattle now, play their first game on Saturday. 48th minute goal by Ryan Crank, our deciding factor at this point of the match so far. Here's a good ball coming near side. Simpkins trying to get there, but won't make it. Boyd County rolling over Raceland at the moment. In volleyball action, leading the match 1-0. Get her ready to close out set number 2. There's a ball down in the corner, trying to make a turn is Whaley. Works it to the 18, and defended nicely there by Connor Davis. And a goal kick coming up for the Lions. Zeke Withrow coming back on for Boyd County, as Eli Simpkins will take a seat. That's something that Levi Pennington has the luxury of doing, is he can rotate people in and out to where you're not having to stay out there for 80 minutes. You can get a good 5-10 minutes per half and really hydrate, rest your legs, give your legs everything that you need to make that push with, especially in a physical matchup like what you see here. The physical matchup that you're going to see when you get into the 63rd District Tournament and into the 16th Region Tournament. There's Whaley. And a push off from Boyd, so a free kick coming up for the Flyers. Crum hustling back to the flag at midfield. He'll check in on the next opportunity for a Boyd County sub. So Carson Lyons, he's been quiet tonight, but he'll have an opportunity to try to put this one on frame. Great look at it there on your screen. 3-man wall for Boyd County. And it's hit into the wall, and Boyd County defends it. Again, that's one of those balls, it hurts when you play it like that, but a great job by the Lions wall there that they built. Here's Whaley trying to bend across the edge. And a whistle against Boyd County, so a free kick just outside the 18. Now, again, a big difference of where that foul occurs, because if it's inside that 18-yard box, it becomes a PK. Boyd County was the recipient of one of those against Russell in that matchup here last week. Here's Clark, all alone out top, letting some players join him in the run. He'll bring it off near side to Rousey. Withrow trying to get to the ball, but beating him the punch there was Kreckman, who booms that out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. First, we get Ethan Crum in. And Connor Davis will come off. Davis was a little gimpy on that backside after the ball was cleared on the last free kick. Past the halfway point of the second half, 1-0 Boyd, 48th minute goal from Ryan Crank, his first of the year. Robertson fired it in. It just pinballed off, and Crank was right there on the crash and deposited it. He missed an opportunity back in the first half, just got one too stiff, and it kind of bounced off the turf as he was getting to it and lifted on him. But he did a good job on that one of finishing and getting it into the net. And I can hear Levi Pennington from here. As soon as that ball went across, he said, drop, black, drop. Again, they're basically trying to pack it in. And if you get a run, you go. And if you don't, then you just go with it. Here's Withrow off that right side, and a nice job there by Zeke. Let's see if we get a corner on this one. I believe we will. And it's going to be Caleb Clark from this near side corner as we go across the 18-minute mark. Good ball. Punched away from the keep. Ball's got all kinds of backspin on it as Bowling got there, and then it went away from his mark. Now he's battling for position with Whaley on that far sideline. Whaley will win possession. He'll turn it upfield. Trying to play it back across the near side. Zeke Withrow is right there, though. Rousey comes through. It's out of bounds, and that one's a Boyd County throw. Good job there by Bryson. He'll just launch this one down the near side, trying to get a run for Withrow and force Ironton St. Joe to toss that out of bounds. Here's a good find to Hale. Looking across the top for Hamilton, nothing there. Rousey's on that back line, though. Boyd County playing up high now with that defense. 3 guys on the back line playing at midfield. All of those guarding Carson Lyons, not allowing him to get a run. St. Joe will settle. They'll turn it to the far side. Ethan Crum sprinting toward that ball. Jack Whaley trying to apply the pressure. Whaley winning the ball for a moment. Has to give it up, though. Trying to play it down to Lyons. And Maynard just puts it with the left foot and sends it back out to midfield. Defensively for Boyd County, they're just playing a game of keep away right now is what they're trying to do. If they get something offensively they can build with, they will. But anything from the back line, just turn it and send it the other way. Here's Rousey. You could hear the coaches from up here saying, just get it out, get it out. They don't want anything down that way to where they can try to get something that they can find on a run or try to get it at Carson Lyons' feet. Back in for St. Joe is Eli Whaley, as he will replace Chris Phillips. Crank and Simpkins return. Blankenship will step off, as will Andrew Bowling. Waginger trying to build up that middle. Takes it to Whaley. Whaley crossing across the top of the 6. Maynard turns it away, back to Whaley, and he got too heavy on the touch, and it's a goal kick for the Lions. 1-0 Boyd, trying to pick up win number 8 on the season, which would guarantee them a winning season no matter what happens in the postseason. Trying to snap a 4-game losing streak here tonight on the final game of the regular season. This is a very good Flyers team they're battling here, that they've held scoreless, and they've done a good job defensively of not allowing, for the most part, Ironton St. Joe to get those runs. Robertson with a man on from behind, works it off to the far side. Simpkins will settle it down. Trying to build up the middle. A little bit too heavy on the touch. Rousey from the back row. Crank, who has our lone goal in this game. Throw in Boyd County. Inside of 14 to go. Crank steps through. Here's Hale. Outside the 18. Drops it back out top. Robertson fires down low. Did not get a lot on it. Maybe got his foot hit on the turf a little bit as he went toward the goal. And a goal kick coming up for the Flyers as we approach 13 minutes to play in regulation. Both teams had golden opportunities in the first half that both missed. Second half has been a much cleaner half from both. None of those ill-timed mistakes around frame. And it has been a defensive struggle in the second 40. And something you get in games like this, especially for the team that's on the backside of the score, as that clock drifts under that 10-minute mark, everything seems like it starts moving a little bit faster. And the timing just starts creeping down you to where you're pushing a little bit more. You're trying to every ball is not touched with the crispness that you had before. It was always a ball that maybe you would put it right on the spot, and now you get it a little too heavy and it plays it through. You try to cross something a little bit too much. You run to a ball and you overrun it. Adams just burning some time there, is making Lions come up and force him to pick it up with the mitts. Into the night sky with the left-footed kicker and a high bounce on the second ball. Simpkins fighting for position. Flyers will win it for the moment. Whaley off that right side. Here's Weber working across the top of the 18. Maynard's there to slow it down. And we talked about how Boyd County's trying to pack it in. Ironton St. Joe is trying to push up as much as they can. At the moment, their three defenders are back across midfield, but if that ball goes across the 20, everybody comes up, trying to get themselves in position to get a ball that they can play up or play through. First, before the ball goes in, we get two subs in. Blankenship back on for Boyd. Hale will step off. Rex Weber returning for Ironton St. Joe. And he's going to replace Mason Weber. Yeah, Boyd County football back home tomorrow night, 7:30 kickoff against Greenup County. We'll have the action with you beginning at 7 o'clock on Countdown to Kickoff, right here on Kool TV. Hamilton will leave it off to Simpkins. Nice ball into the middle. Clark tries to turn it through the double team. Has it at his feet, loses it as he steps through the double team, and it's taken away for the moment. Hamilton will settle down. There's Rousey with pressure coming. Crank trying to play it right back to him, could not do so, but then Crank has the touch from Rousey. Now it's back in the middle to Hamilton. Hamilton looking it down, looking for Blankenship, but went right. Blankenship was going left, and they can't make the hook up. But 9.5 to play in regulation. Boyd in front 1-0. Waginger, big ball out near midfield. Robertson settles. Eli Whaley working against Crank. Crank wins that battle. Hamilton with pressure from behind from Waginger. Clark will settle. So patient with the ball. Nice ball near side to Crank, down in the corner right side. Crank trying to bend it back in. Crank makes a nice move with the ball at his feet. Loses his footing, though, as the Flyers will try to turn it back upfield, but Bryson Rousey's right there. Here's Maynard trying to send it ahead. Crank out in front. Ball finds itself over top of the defense, and then it'll just kick it out, and it'll be a corner kick for the Boyd County Lions. Here's Connor Davis back in, replacing Bryson Rousey. Andrew Bowling's coming back on as well. And Landry Coburn will step off. So Bowling will take the corner kick from the near side as we approach 8 minutes to play in regulation. The 48th minute goal from Ryan Crank on the putback off the shot from Ryan Robertson is right now the deciding factor in this contest. This one headed right back toward Bowling. Bowling overruns it, finds it down inside the 18, steps through with a nice move toward the 6, and it's turned out of the side. They're going to say this was touched last by Boyd, so a goal kick coming up. Take a look at this. Grand opportunity there for Boyd. that could have put a decisive goal in net and make it 2-0. Back to live action we go as we go inside of 7.5 to play. A lot of extracurriculars right there. Our referee telling everybody to kind of settle down, but I'm surprised that somebody did not get a card, and it's probably coming right here. And it's going to be the coach for St. Joe that's going to step out and have a conversation. Mike Balestra. .651 to go. So he seems to be copacetic from what he was given from our referee. So Connor Davis ready for the free kick. And back underway we go. Good ball by Davis. Bowling on a throw-in. 1-0 Boyd. Getting late here in Cannonsburg. There's Clark. Settles and take the draw back to Davis. Trying to look it off to the far side. Whaley steps to. Whaley bending it back toward the middle, playing it ahead, out toward Lyons. Lyons on a nice leave. Dangerous ball inside and right into the midst of Cole Adams. No problem there for him. Really nice ball near side as it came down. Adams very patiently just says, I got it. Simpkins taking off his feet. Free kick for Boyd County on that far side, and Simpkins will take the honors. Actually, now Caleb Clark's going to take it. Clark has an opportunity here to put this one on frame, and he has done it many times this year. That's a good ball, but it's too heavy. Trying to go back post and just bend it just a little bit too much. Here's Zeke Withrow back in. Crank will step out. So we go inside of 5 to go in the contest. Boyd County trying to pick up win number 8 while handing St. Joe only their 4th loss of the season. Hamilton settles. Simpkins facing the net, turns, has it taken off his feet. Turned right into Rex Weaver's feet. Here's Lyons, gets pushed off the ball by Maynard. And a free kick coming up. Maynard certainly sent a message as he came through on that one. Here's Lyons, outside the 18, rolls it down to the right side. Coming back post, had his man there, but it was too wide for Eli Whaley, as this one will play all the way through, and a throw-in coming up for the Lions. Grand idea there and a nearly perfect execution as they had him crossing on the backside. They're going to say this is a throw-in for St. Joe. Oh, okay, they got an illegal throw. I was looking toward the sub, and I saw the illegal throw. Missed that. My mistake. Thank you. Here's Maynard. Fires this one down. Lyons has it at his feet, turns it to the right, and bends it just past the upright. It has been that close many times tonight. So we stay 1-0, 3 minutes to play. Rex Weber trying to apply the pressure, working against Bowling. And it will be a free kick just outside the 18 for the Flyers. They put this one quickly in play. Maynard just clears it out. Simpkins corrals it back in up that far sideline. Works it back into the middle. Robertson booms one down in the far corner. Right now, Boyd County just turning everything away. Wagager turns it right back upfield. Robertson plays it off the header. Clark with no pressure. Brings it near side, Bowling. Bowling had the idea looking for Blankenship ahead, but could not get it down, and then makes the turn. Playing it up ahead, but Blankenship's off. Blankenship needed to wait about another second and a half, and that was going to be perfection. And he just went as soon as the ball went, and he got off just a second. Nice ball by Withrow off of the header at midfield. Near side, throw in Boyd County, 90 seconds to go. Boyd County throw in.
One minute left in the match.
Blankenship battling in the corner against Kreckman. And it'll be a throw in for the Flyers with the final 40 seconds. Go to play here. Boyd County trying to hang on. .30 seconds to go. Kreckman, the big throw. Withrow booms this one out of bounds. And we'll stop the clock because they do not have a ball, so that's the reason the play will stop. That is the correct signal there for the official. There was not a ball that could quickly be brought into play. So they let them regain a ball, and then they'll put the play back in action when the ball is put in play. So the clock will start back on the throw-in. That tipped our officiating crew now. They've done a good job of keeping this one, and that's an illegal throw. It's not going to matter. Robertson's going to turn it downfield. Boyd County's going to call this one a victory. The Boyd County Lions will close out the regular season with a 1-0 win over Ironton St. Joe to pick up win number 8 on the season as the Flyers take only their 4th loss on the year as they fall to 9-4-1. So Boyd County's next matchup, district tournament time. They've got Russell in their sights and a winner-go-home matchup against the Red Devils next week. Those games will play up at Ashland. Hat tip to my crew tonight, Trey Collier and Philip Rourke. Phenomenal job by them. Great, again, hat tip to everyone here at Boyd County. Coach Pete Fraley and all of his staff, phenomenal job, as well as Levi Pennington and his great staff here in Cannonsburg. Final score, 1-0. Boyd County wins it over Ironton St. Joe. They snap a 4-game losing streak, and with a victory, guarantee themselves a winning season. That's it for us here this evening. Again, Boyd County wins it 1-0 for Trey Collier and Philip Rourke. I'm James Collier saying so long from Cannonsburg.
Thank you for watching another Boyd County Lions soccer broadcast on Kool TV. This broadcast of Boyd County Soccer has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Total Media Sports Network and Kool TV.